I wanted to look at this. That's the same Bendix gear. I'll just kind of tell by looking, so I'm okay with that. I'm not going to put any extra lubricant on that. Now, I gave this a lot of thought about why this. Now, I don't usually do GM stuff. I mean, I know I do Pontiac, but it's not really my forte. So I gave this a lot of thought about why this phenolic Bakelite structure failed here, and it's just heat cycles from being so close to the header. And so I am going to take that wrap, and I'm going to wrap each individual tube. They used to make starter blankets. I've heard of them, and I saw one the other day get pulled off an old car, and we're not going to do anything like that. But we are probably going to take this thing here apart and just look at the brushes on it. So the comparison has been made. I feel like that's good enough, and I really don't want to get too soiled this late in the evening. So yeah, I gotta give that a definite more than okay. There's the bolts over there. All right, I just wanted to make just absolutely sure that this is what we want here, and it is what we want. Okay, let's drop her down and take a look at cleaning things off and looking at things and so forth. I want to clean the block off and so forth like that. God, what a mess I make when I do anything. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. So this is where we're going here. We're going to consolidate a bunch of this mess. I am going to redo the grounding strap here to where I will be able to kill the car completely. I was told at one time I should keep the clock going and all that, and that is a mistake, because if you turn the key and you don't have, it'll just go through your clock and blow it up. Okay, so just on is on, off is off, and never the Mark Twains shall meet. So just don't let that happen to you. So I'm looking forward to getting this in some type of apple pie order, and I gotta see what all's in here. It's been a long time since I've messed with any of this, but we're going to like I said, we're going to just straighten this up, and that green wire there I know is going to the clock, and I'm going to sever it right here, and I'm going to try to keep the camera a little bit more still. Y'all keep reminding me of that in the comments. So what we're going to do here, and here are the big time fuses that go in this. I'm going to just put this more or less right here, and it's just going to float in space. You want to put your fuses as close as you can to the positive battery terminal if you're negative earth. So we're going to do that, and then what we're going to do is, I got to get some CRC out of there, brake clean, and then we're going to get these, which what happened here? Okay, well that's not right. How did I get a? Oh, I think it was just a. I don't think that's 250 amps. Oh, don't confuse me at this late date. They're 50 amps. So everything's going to vary on your vehicle. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the back of the alternator on the main lug right there, and we're going to put one of these there, okay? And then we're going to put one on the other end of wherever that terminates, which I think is up here, and we're going to put one on both ends. Daphne's just gotten, look at that silly insulation falling down. This stuff is, what a mistake. And it just turns into, see that stuff there is that stuff up there, and it just rains down. Well, that's in actually pretty good shape comparatively speaking. So we're going to put one of these on both ends of the alternator main feedback wire. Now I've got this wire here, which is I think two, I don't know, one or two, there's one or two, and that's just been tied off, and we're going to just snip that off because I've got a gauge in there. I don't know what I remember the first alternator I had on here failed several months ago, and I kind of had to replace it real quick because I was in the middle of using her on something. So this is our overview. So let's get some, probably ought to do that from underneath. Let's get maybe up here, get a little brake clean and clean this off. Now that's powder coating. That cap didn't take it so good though, did it? And we're just going to kind of spray off up here a little bit. And we're going to get the wires off of the header. Let's make a note to get all the wires off the header. It's not a good thing. And we'll continue from that point on. Okay, we all know it. Okay, so here we go here with all that mess. I kind of gave her a little preliminary spray, but that didn't do too good. So in order to be able to wrap these, I think I'm going to do them individually. I'm going to clean that perch for the starter, which is those two bolts right there. And let's see how this comes out a little cleaner, okay? Well, there's a can and a half of the stuff down there, so that looks a lot better. And got me right in the finger. And I got that side a little bit, and I just want to see where the dye is going to come out and see where the leak is. So for now, that's all we're going to do. And let's drop her down again. But I feel like most of that stuff's down there now. And you match that up with a little bit of that quick clean stuff, and it all goes out the door, only to get on the road to get back on your engine again. But that's okay. Circle of life. All right, that fuse fits pretty good right there. I'm going to tie off this water line. This is actually the the end of the starter. See that copper end right there? That's the part that busted out of the starter. And I'm going to just cut all the sheathing off, and then we will try to sort all this out. I know I've been meatballing this thing for years. It's time to clean up my act. And this gigantic wad of mess right there, I'm going to go through. It looks like that's the original purple wire. This wire right here that I cut off the starter. I think that might be OE, so I might have to look into that. So anyway, we're going to cut all this heat stuff off of here and see what we can do about just sorting all this out and getting a better earth. There's a black wire going down to the frame. You can sort of see one tail end of it hanging out there. So I'm just going to cut all this out, trace it all back up, and then we will sort it all out. Now I got the clock wire cut too. This was the wire going to the clock that bypassed the cutoff, and we're not going to do that anymore. So we're just going to, because I know you all have seen this before, but if it's your first time you hadn't seen it, what I generally do on old cars, not all old cars because you just can't, I take the earthing wire off the battery, the ground wire off the battery, the big thick one, and let's just lose this because I got to go out and do some concrete work. Oh boy, sounds like a good time to do that. So I've got a battery cut off in here, but this is the that knife switch right there. Since we're going into electrical, those wires coming up, one goes to the battery and one goes to the frame. So and then all it is your typical knife switch right here. So when I go to the store or whatever, I can just turn everything off, and that's just the way I like to do it, and it's just safer at night. So let's make sure everything's off. We're going to jump on the tractor and do something else. I don't think this is going to take me very long. I got to go around back and everything. So battery disconnected, just so I can see it. All right. Well, I wish it would cool off, but 3 or 4 months, who knows? Well, I'm down here into it. I found a bunch of dead-headed wires that just were going into a wiring harness and just ceased to be. So I'm trying to get all this out of here, and I'm trying to think of a way to close up the expanses here so I can put them where I need them. But it's going to be good getting all the dead wood out of here. Well, believe it or not, that's the wad that busted out of the starter. Well, let's see if we can get this kind of a little bit teased out here, I believe would be the word. So I need to decrease the size of these holes in this fuse, and I need to make it a little smaller, and I need to make it trap it too. So wasn't that funny? I'm a funny guy. Let's see if I can melt this in, and then that make this a whole lot safer. Okay, so this is where the starter goes. I've done all my other wiring parts. I'm going to wrap these now best I can with what I got. So I don't have to go back but to right here. So I've got I got the stuff soaking. This stuff is just the worst, nastiest stuff ever. That stuff there. And I got my stainless steel ties ready. And there are those. I love those. Those are my best side cutters. Okay, let's see what I can do. Let's study on this thing a little bit. So the starter's way down here. Looks like all those plugs are in there all the way, the plug wires. All right, let's see what I can do. Anything's going to be an improvement. I want to go on that quieter light there. I think it might flutter on screen, but I don't know. Let's check that. Let's check that. We're going to check that. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to hang the starter and I'm going to have to stop, but I've completed my lift. So, da-da-da, even stronger. So, ooh, got that junk leaking on me. I'll show you that in a second. I just kind of want to get this stuff going here. We'll put a little Loctite on these. And, ooh, I think it's making a mess, ain't it? Okay. Oh, drip, drip, drip. All right, let's put that where I'll see it, and I'll show you what I've been doing while that's drying off there. So I got that like double wrapped, hair's dripping, and that's that gunk. So I got the bolts ready to go. I got the starter ready to go. I'm probably going to dap that off a little bit. So the next shot will be the new starter hanging up there. What's going on back here? I don't see any dripping there. That's pretty good. All right, so let's get this cloth here and we'll wipe down this drippy stuff. I just don't want that on me in any form. Oop, not good down there. Okay. Oh, stop it. Okay. I know it's messy. It's a truck. What you expect? It's not a show car. I'll tell you what though, every time I go to town it's like a show car. Everybody wants to buy it all the time. Alright, let's stop here and hang the starter. And I might just end it here because I got so much other stuff to do. Oh, I didn't show that before we cut here. I'm glad I remembered this. I've got a bunch of stuff to take to the auto parts. I'll just give it to them. So I wasn't able to use the washers I spoke of earlier. So I got some of these and cut them up. What are those? 16, 14s or something. Put one in my pocket. So I just soldered those in just to kind of give me a little extra goodie there. So that'll make that real nice. So that's going on the alternator. So I got to get some more of them blue things, and I got to make up a bunch of these. because there's 2 on every car. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So only got 11 to go. It's better than 12, huh? I'll get us hanging starter. Okay, it's up there. It's not too bad to do. It's a one-man dog. That's for sure. I guess you could get 2 guys to help you or something, but you don't need it. Just get it in there good, and I'm gonna read that paper. Come on, get off my hand. Okay. Okay, it's nice and squished up there. I'll tell you what, I don't think that can look any better. I wish I could I think I'm gonna try to get a screwdriver in there and make sure it meshes. So if it doesn't, if anything goes wrong, I'll let you know, but for now, give me a thumbs up and do other things if you want to. I sure would appreciate it. And we're gonna say that's enough. That's enough. Screwdriver. I think let me go get a long, thin one to make sure that gear. I don't think there's that much adjustment here, but dang, it keeps dripping on me. That fiberglass gunk, that fiberglass stuff. All right, we'll talk to you later. I got a bunch of wiring to do. I got to do that. I hope tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, sharing time with me. I appreciate it. This is a little bonus footage. I got this just now, and it's a HVAC service life kit thing that does flares. I've been kind of playing with it. It seems like it's going to be fine. This is not to do double flares, but when it comes time to do like fuel lines when something's on the car, I think this is going to be fine. So looking forward to that. And it's green, you know, it's good. So aluminum alloy accurate flaring. So I got this for a couple of reasons, but mainly because of the Edelbrock fuel pump I'm about to put on the truck, Daphne the truck. So this is the one I got, 1/4 inch to 3/4. I don't see any need to get metric. It says HVAC on it somewhere. It must be on the book. Where'd the book go? I don't know. Well, it says HVAC somewhere, and I think that's mainly what it's for. Maybe it's back in here. Golly, I don't know. Maybe it's in there. There it is. Me and myself there. I could have sworn it said HVAC somewhere, but that's what it is. So anyway, Superstar, not a sponsor. So okay, we'll see how that works. And here are the rest of my fuses for all the other cars. And that's what you end up getting with that tool. It's got a little demo in there. I think that's kind of cute of them. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye. About time to take hay again. That hay grew like crazy.